What makes someone truly invincible on the court? Stats, mentality, or both? Let's talk about Michael Jordan. A man who averaged 30.1 points per game, the highest in NBA history, and somehow raised it to 33.4 in the playoffs. 6 finals appearances, 6 rings, 0 Game 7s. How does someone dominate under pressure like that? What's the mindset behind not just scoring 69 points in a game, but also grabbing 18 rebounds and locking down on defense? From trash talk to trophy cases, Jordan wasn't just great, he was inevitable. Curious how? Then stick around, subscribe now, because we're about to break down the GOAT's greatness like never before. Michael Jordan's story begins not with superhuman talent, but with a fire that refused to go out. Did you know he was cut from his high school varsity team as a sophomore? How many of us would have given up? Instead, Jordan turned rejection into fuel. He practiced relentlessly, waking up at dawn to train, determined to prove he belonged. This wasn't luck, it was grit and obsession with improvement. As a freshman under Coach Dean Smith's team-oriented system, Jordan was named ACC Freshman of the Year after averaging 13.4 points per game on 53.4% shooting. He made the game-winning jump shot in the 1982 NCAA championship game against Georgetown. Jordan later described this shot as the major turning point in his basketball career.
He says that, when you get the ball, swing it back, swing it around. Michael should have a shot. He looked at me and said, if you get the shot, take the shot. He gave me the green light.
Ever heard of the growth mindset? Stanford psychologist Carol Dweck coined it, and Jordan lived it, treating failures as setups for comebacks. Jordan entered the NBA in 1984 with the Bulls. In his rookie season, he averaged 28.2 points per game and was named Rookie of the Year. That's no accident. How do you react to failure? Do you see setbacks as the end or the beginning? From that moment, his mission was simple: be the best, not just in scoring, but in defense, leadership, and legacy. Jordan's psychology was his superpower. He wasn't just physically dominant, he was mentally unshakable. Ever wonder how someone can stay calm with the game on the line? Jordan entered what's called the flow state, a neurological condition where focus becomes laser sharp. Neuroscience shows elite performers tap into this zone, and Jordan lived there. Confidence wasn't given, it was earned. Jordan once said, "I've never been afraid to fail." Why? Because he prepared more than anyone. He practiced obsessively, studied opponents like a scientist, and trusted his work. That's called self-efficacy, and it's a cornerstone of elite performance. He also had a fire that made him relentless. Whether in a practice or the NBA Finals, his competitiveness was legendary. Are you channeling your competitive energy in a healthy, productive way? Jordan's work ethic created his confidence. He arrived early, stayed late, and perfected every detail of his game. Want to level up in your own life? Start by asking, are you showing up with that same intensity every day? Let's talk stats. Not just to impress you, but to understand how insane his dominance was. Jordan averaged 30.1 points per game for his career. That's the highest in NBA history. In the playoffs, he upped it to 33.4, another record. Ever hear someone say, pressure makes diamonds? Jordan was the blueprint. His 69-point game versus the Cavaliers in 1990 wasn't just about scoring. He added 18 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 steals, and a block. That's total control of the game. Against the Magic in 1993, he dropped 64 points, with only 1 made three-pointer. How? Sheer skill and relentless attack. Jordan's 6 NBA Finals wins, he never even needed a Game 7. 6 for 6. Each time, he was the Finals MVP. Who else can say that? How do you handle big moments? Do you rise or shrink? Jordan thrived under pressure. That's not talent. That's preparation meeting opportunity. We hope you're enjoying it. Stay tuned by subscribing and hitting the bell for future updates. People forget, Jordan wasn't just a scorer, he was a defensive beast. He won Defensive Player of the Year in 1988 and made the All-Defensive First Team 9 times. Can you name another player who was the best on both ends of the court? He took pride in guarding the opponent's best player. Why? To be the greatest, you can't just dominate one side. He finished his career with 2,514 steals, the 4th most in NBA history. Think about that. He scored 30 a night and still played lockdown D. In clutch moments, Jordan didn't just hit shots, he shut people down. His iconic flu game in 1997, scoring 38 points while visibly ill, is the stuff of legend. How do you respond when you're not at 100%? Do you still show up? Jordan did, every single time. Why settle for being great at one thing when you can master both ends? That's how you become the GOAT. Jordan didn't just outplay you, he got in your head. Ever hear of the Mike Tyson effect? Jordan had it in basketball. Opponents often lost before the game even started. His trash talk was legendary, but it was backed by absolute execution. He once dunked on Kendall Gill after a slight and whispered, "Payback is a bitch." It wasn't just physical, it was psychological warfare. What would you do if your opponent used your own words against you? Could you keep your cool? Jordan didn't just keep his, he weaponized it. His leadership style wasn't always nice, but it worked. He admitted in The Last Dance, winning has a price. Leadership has a price. He demanded greatness, not just from himself, but everyone around him. Have you ever pushed others to be their best, even when it's uncomfortable? Jordan lived by high standards. Michael Jordan wasn't just a basketball player. He was a cultural phenomenon. In the 90s, he wasn't just the most famous athlete. He might have been the most famous person on earth. Ever wonder why everyone still wears Air Jordans? He revolutionized the idea of the athlete as a brand. Before Jordan, the NBA sold teams. After Jordan, it sold superstars. Magic and Bird had Converse. Jordan had Nike, and it changed the game. Even his photogenic appeal was next level. Photographer Walter Ius Jr. said, "How do you take a bad picture of him?" He became the face of Coca-Cola, McDonald's, Hanes, and countless others. Steve Kerr said, "He was just better than everyone, emotionally, physically, spiritually." Jordan didn't just transform the NBA, he turned it into a global empire. Do you realize the scale of that impact? What could your talent become if paired with charisma and vision? Jordan didn't just win games, he rewrote the playbook for greatness. Why is Michael Jordan the greatest of all time? It's not one thing, it's everything together. He won 6 championships, never lost a finals, never needed a Game 7, and was finals MVP every time. That's perfection under pressure. He led the league in scoring 10 times, had 5 MVP awards, and was named to the All-NBA First Team 10 times, all while playing elite defense and guiding his team through intense rivalries with Detroit, New York, and Utah. Even in his final seasons with Washington, at age 38 to 40, he was dropping 20+ points per game. Who else does that after 2 retirements? He inspired Kobe, LeBron, Iverson, and every kid who picked up a basketball after 1984. What legacy are you building? Are you going all in like Jordan did? Jordan changed how we define greatness, not just in basketball, but in life. He mastered his craft, pushed boundaries, and raised everyone around him. That's the blueprint. Do you have the focus, fire, and mindset to become your version of the GOAT? Michael Jordan didn't just play the game, he redefined it. His stats were legendary, but his mindset made him immortal. Grit, obsession, and relentless excellence turned failure into fuel and pressure into performance. He showed us greatness is earned, not gifted. If you're chasing mastery in any field, Jordan is your blueprint. So subscribe, drop a comment below, and tell us, what's your GOAT mindset look like? Let's chase greatness together.